slate is on time.
That's what they say. We got some special guests today.
We do. Welcome to the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture podcast. Happy Thursday, August 28th. You see on the left side of your screen our father. His name is Glenn Rothschild. He is joining us today. Round of applause for Glenn. All right. Big round of applause there.
I think we got one waiting.
Down says Glenn. Yeah, we do. We do have another person that's going to join us here, and we'll bring him in right now. His name is Oasis Breeze Tan something. What is it? Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
Need a tan? I'm your man.
Hey, Glenn.
Are you doing a promo? What are you doing?
Do we have a new sponsor? No.
Oh my God, that's all they play on Masson. I don't even know who it's for, but it's great.
I guess that's just for the Harford County folk, huh?
Oh yeah, man, that's like the Thompson Creek windows of the old Caps games, or Lattice's intermission live.
Yeah.
What's up? This is our buddy Drew Burton. He was the best man at my brother's wedding, along with me. And this is our father on the top left, Glenn Rothschild. Glenn, how are you feeling today? How was your flight this morning?
Flights were fantastic.
Gotta get closer to Mike.
Flights were fantastic, and I'm doing great.
He's a man of many words, Glenn.
And also, before you smartasses start talking about it, yeah, I had two best men, and so did Drew.
Yeah.
So
he did.
We made a promise to each other a long time ago that we were going to be best men in each other's wedding, and then we're like, "Fuck, like we can't. Like we have younger brothers. They're gonna be the best man. All right, we're doing two best men."
I would have understood, but I appreciate the opportunity to give a speech in front of people. That's exactly what I love doing. And Brooks is really good at it too.
He was great on mine. Yeah.
I don't know.
A little long-winded for me, but you know,
that happens when I get a couple drinks in me. So
that's a rare
at least I didn't say anything to incriminate anybody, you know. So everything I said, people already knew about. I think most people, at least.
Yeah. What do you guys want to start off the podcast with? We have Keegan Bradley's picks. We have Kyle Hamilton's extension. We have Kyle Bradish's start the other night. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. Scary Terry is out of his holdout, so is Trey Hendrickson. We have a lot of stuff to talk. You guys want to start NFL? You want to talk baseball first? Golf? What do we think?
Damn you people, this is golf. Let's do that since that broke late last night, and that's been all over my news feed.
What's that, golf?
Because I don't golf, yeah, and I don't think there's a ton to talk about, but people were surprised that Keegan Bradley didn't pick himself, but he clearly said that if he's not going to be one of the top 12 guys, to probably he might have picked himself if he was 14. But if he wasn't going to be that guy, he's not going to pick himself, which I think is the right move. I know a lot of people still wanted to see him do it because I think we're all rooting for him, but he self-admittedly said he hasn't been playing great the last couple tournaments, so why would he? So.
Yeah, I think, he played really well this week at Eastlake. He was in the top 10, really in the top 5. He was in contention at some point on Sunday. But, yeah, I think Ben Griffin is probably, for me, the number 12 guy on this team. And he won 2 tournaments this year. So, not trying to take anything away from him, but just, like, the last month of the season, he just didn't really get over the hump, didn't really play all that well. So, I didn't
But he was, like, top 10 in a lot of tournaments this year.
Yeah, and I know, and it's just like for me, it's like, what have you done for me lately? When you go into the Ryder Cup, I feel like you need to have that dog in you going into it, not like what have you done for me 5 months ago. But I think Keegan or Mav McNeely had a legitimate shot at that last spot. I think it's probably a good thing that Keegan didn't pick himself. I think he probably would have spread himself too thin and been putting too much on his plate. But I mean, if he wasn't the captain, I think he's 100% on this team. So I don't know if that's a detriment to America's Ryder Cup team. But either way, I love the guys he picked. I thought Cam Young was kind of a wild card. I didn't think Cam Young was going to be on the team, and I'm glad he is because the way he's been playing the last month, he should be. And Sam Burns, same way. He's gone out and done it in the biggest situations. He kind of folded at the end of the U.S. Open and allowed J.J. Spaun to take that tournament by himself. So I didn't love that, but the way he's been playing the last couple months, I mean, he's been striking the ball as good as anybody on tour. So I can't really argue with any of them. Ben Griffin is probably the last guy in for me, but I mean, even that, like I said, he won 2 tournaments this year, so he probably deserves it. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Drew, are you upset? Glenn, what do you think?
I agree with you. I think if anyone else is the captain, he's definitely playing. But I love the move. I think it's an unselfish move. I think it does motivate the guys. Like, they want to win for him now, because you know how bad he wants to be out there. He wanted it. He wanted it, and he wants to win. He wants to do the right thing as the captain. Again, I think it just brings motivation to the other guys to get it done for him.
Yeah, I think to play devil's advocate here a little bit, like, this is kind of a cop out for him, because if they lose, everyone's going to be like, man, you should have played. You know what I mean? And then he always has that. But then if they lose and he did play, everyone's going to say, oh, well, why did he pick himself? He shouldn't have, you know what I mean? Unless he goes out and tears it up, obviously. But
look, this is the first Ryder Cup I can remember looking at in a long time and being like, oh shit, their team might be better than ours. Just straight up. Like, their team is really, really good. Usually we kind of dominate these kind of things. And we always dominate the President's Cup, but that's a group of golfers that's not quite as accomplished as the European team. But I don't know. Glenn, what do you think about it? Do you think Keegan should have picked himself? Are you upset about it?
No, I think he should not have picked himself. I think he did the right thing. Did DeChambeau get in or not?
Yeah,
he did.
He's in.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
Automatic.
He's automatic.
He was an automatic. He wasn't a captain pick.
They're letting the Live Golfs in?
Yes.
I didn't think they would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shock to me. But
So
Keenan, I think, did the right thing.
I saw something that they weren't going to let him practice with the team or something.
No, DeChambeau is an idiot. I mean, look, I'm going to call it what it is here. DeChambeau's pissed off because they have a PGA Fall event in Napa, and a lot of the USA guys are going to go over there and play together. But it's a PGA Tour event, and there's no way a Live guy was ever going to be allowed to play on that. And DeChambeau came out and was just like, oh, I don't understand why they won't let us play. I don't know. Maybe because you signed your fucking life away 2 years ago, and I don't know. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? I'm sorry. I was pissed about that. DeChambeau's a moron for saying
I'll
that.
fight
and
you.
I think, fair.
I'll
Go
fight
ahead.
you on.
Fight me.
Fight
me.
I'll fight you on this a little bit, because I mean, they should make an exemption for like a Ryder Cup. This is always the tune-up. And to be honest with you, there was a merger, so I know they're still hashing this out and everything. Like,
nothing's happened.
That's right. I mean, because there's a bunch of board shit going on and voting that needs to happen with the PGA Tour, since they're kicking people off and putting people on the board. And they did this merger without going to the board, which was illegal to begin with, because the PGA Tour backed their way back into this, because basically when there was a bunch of lawsuits going on, they look like a bunch of jackasses, especially when they start changing a bunch of stuff that they were fighting for. And then Live comes along, and all of a sudden now players make a minimum $500,000 every single year as long as you have your tour card. And then now there's elevated events, and then all kinds of other stuff that Live brought on. And to be honest with you, if they don't fucking make a deal here in the next couple of years, Live is going to double down. And I mean, every interview that I've seen, it seems like the PGA Tour is the one that's not coming to the table here, that doesn't want to make this deal. And I don't understand why.
Look, I agree with you.
It's in the best interest.
Has pushed golf forward for sure. I'm not arguing that. I don't disagree with that at all. But when you sign a contract with Live, you're done with the PGA Tour. They made it clear. So when you come out and have a comment like this, like, why aren't they letting me play in this event? I don't know.
But they didn't.
You signed the contract, dude.
But they didn't. They dangled it.
They made it abundantly clear to the players that were leaving that if they left, they were not going to be welcomed back. They made it abundantly clear. So Bryson DeChambeau can go fucking shove himself, because he knows that. He knew that when he signed his contract for however many millions of dollars he made.
Yeah, but they also held it over his head that, like, hey, you might be able to qualify for this. They were trying to get into the World Golf rankings even before they signed all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, they just kept saying, like, well, if you do it, you might still have your tour card. You might still be able to play some of these events. And then once they signed, they were like, no, like a couple people signed, and Bryson was one of the first ones to do it. After that, they were like, that's when they made it abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So I mean, the PGA Tour just backs up on themselves all the time. They just literally throw up all over themselves. It just doesn't make any sense, and especially since the guy that everybody hates in this whole situation that's funding all of it, apparently, I mean, it seems like he's trying to grow the game. Apparently he cares about the game and is trying to grow it and wants this deal to get done. And apparently he can strong arm them if he wants to, and he's been openly trying to get this deal done. And the PGA Tour is the one just backpedaling all over themselves, looking like idiots.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. The PGA Tour has bungled this whole thing from the very beginning. The reason that the Live Golf Tour even exists is because the PGA Tour didn't want to take the PIF, is that what it is? Their money. They didn't want to take their money. And for a longest time, they didn't want to take their money. And I understand there was more implications, whatever. And you can argue that till the sun comes up. But the reason that the Live Golf exists is because basically the guy who's running Live wanted a piece of the pie, and PGA told him to go fuck himself. And he said, okay, I'll make my own tour and I'll compete against you. And nobody watches it. On TV, at least the television ratings are terrible. They took forever to get a TV deal. But the fact of the matter is they did steal some of the biggest stars and some of the best golfers on the planet from the PGA Tour. And they did it with their giant pocketbooks, basically.
Whose fault is all this?
And it's 100% the PGA Tour's fault, but also the PGA Tour doesn't have to bend when Bryson DeChambeau says, I want to play in your tournament. And they said, no, you signed a contract that says you don't get to play in that tournament. Drew,
you're right. I agree with you. I think you're right there. But I mean, for something like the Ryder Cup that everybody should be getting behind, I mean, this should be something where you're like, all right, this is literally the tune-up for the guys to get ready.
I mean, they're all going to be at Bethpage weeks in advance. They're all going to be playing it together. Yeah. I'm not worried about this fall Napa fucking tournament. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. I agree. Drew, what do you think about all this? You were shaking your head and you looked like you wanted to chime in.
No, I mean, I think the last thing you said is kind of puts the stamp on it. Like that it'll be okay at the end of the day. Like, this isn't detrimental. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is one tournament going to make the difference that they didn't play together? No, I agree with you there. But I mean, this is something small that could, like, why not? Like this should start bridging. This could start bridging a gap. This could start bridging a gap. And like, and going back to like, they didn't want to accept the PIF money, but they accept all the sponsors that the PIF is involved in. I mean, what the fuck is the difference?
It's stupid.
It's so
100% stupid. The way that they run the tour not into the ground, but like potentially they could have run it into the ground. If Live Golf would have taken off and they had viewership early, the PGA Tour would have been shaking in their boots. I think they're standing a little bit firmer now after the deal because they've seen the numbers, and we've seen it over a couple of years now that Live Golf, I mean, they may draw money in the cities that they're going to, but just based on the national television audience, which is really where you're going to rake in your money, it's just not really been there. And maybe it'll grow. Maybe it's just because people haven't seen enough of it, but also like, I don't really know. And once this PGA Tour Live deal gets done, maybe they'll be on Golf Channel. They'll reach a wider audience, and what have you. But
better than CW.
It's better than they're on Fox now. But they were on CW. Right,
they started on the CW, which is ridiculous. But but I understand. Yeah.
Hey, Glenn coming in hot, saying 2 sentences and sparking 15 minutes of debate here.
How much influence does Rory and Tiger still have with this?
With the Live stuff?
Yeah.
Rory's completely backed out of it. He's pissed.
I think Rory's out on the PGA's negotiation stuff. I think he took a backseat this year because he was in the forefront of it for a really long time. I think Tiger is a guy that the PGA Tour is always going to call to get his opinion, but at the end of the day, it's not their decision to make.
Yeah, it's going to go to the board. They have a whole board and voting system, but I mean, I honestly think, and I don't know this for sure, I don't think Tiger cares as much. And honestly, I think he would love to have some of that PIF money, especially with TGI or TGL starting right after all this shit happened.
Yeah.
And
And he
I
tears his
mean,
Achilles, and like he's trying to coach his son, who's like one of the best junior golfers in the world. He's got a lot of shit on his plate. Like he doesn't care about this.
that's why he's not doing. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
he's not doing the Ryder Cup. I'm sure. If Keegan did call him or has called him or would call him, he's more than willing, I'm sure, to give his opinion on stuff. But that's why he's not going to get involved and be like the true captain. You know.
Yeah, it would be cool if they hit the Tiger Woods entrance music. The glass broke. And he came out on the first day. It's like, oh shit, Tiger's playing.
Drew, I got a question. What the hell is that hat?
Charleston Dirty Birds.
Oh, I like it.
Charleston Dirty Birds, which is what
scheme you got on right now too.
The hat's sweet. I don't know if you. Yeah, that's it's an independent team, and we like the name, so me and Flanagan went out and saw them.
Hell yeah!
In Charleston.
No, Southern Maryland, near where he is. It was Blue Crabs. Crabs
okay.
Dirty Birds, and we were on the Dirty Bird side.
Crabs versus Dirty Birds.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to be a Dirty Bird, right?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
That logo is pretty sick though.
We were talking to the head coach the whole game. He was telling us moves he was about to make. It was a great time.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna put a bow on the golf talk, but if you guys didn't see, the captain's picks were Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Cameron Young, Patrick Cantlay, and Sam Burns. That goes along with the top 6 guys who automatically qualified. That would be Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, JJ Spawn, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. Notables that are not on the team this year: Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth. Not on the team, didn't deserve it. Ricky Fowler, you could have made an argument for. He played pretty well in the last month of the season, but Jordan Spieth hasn't been good at golf for a couple years now. I mean, in relative to this level of golf, he has patches where he looks amazing, and then I mean he's a nightmare on the golf course. He's just bogey or birdie, no pars. And then who was the other guy they left off? Matt McNeely, Keegan Bradley, also not on the team. Brooks Koepka also notably not on this team. Once again, hasn't played well for a couple years, so didn't really deserve it. DJ, same boat.
Yeah. DJ actually playing good here this last at least few months. It might have been the whole season this year, but he's played pretty well this year, especially as of late. Maybe not in the majors and stuff like that, but.
Yeah. And then the only other guy I want to mention is Brian Harman. I thought he could have had an outside chance to be on this team. He's kind of a dog when it comes to these kind of events. And he's just he's a guy I would want around on these kind of events. But once again, didn't really play all that well this year. So I agree with Keegan not picking him.
My other surprise was Morikawa with how bad he's putted. Apparently that's been his that's why you haven't heard his name a ton the last year or two.
Jamboree of caddies that he's gone through. He's gone through 6 fucking caddies in one season trying to find a guy. I don't know. Maybe it's your fault, dude. Maybe it's not the caddy.
It's not you, it's me.
I don't know what's up with Colin Morikawa, but I mean, you can't leave him off the team. He's a 2-time major champion, and he's still, if you look at the numbers, one of the top 5 ball strikers in the world. So I mean, if you're playing an alternate shot game and you have Scotty Scheffler hitting the tee shots and Morikawa hitting the iron shots into the green, I think you're doing pretty well. So it's hard to leave him off the team. I don't know exactly how much he'll play, but I think I can't imagine him not being on this team. So yeah. I do agree with that pick. But anyway, we're going to put a bow, like I said, on golf. We have been talking about it for too long now. We have the Ryder Cup coming up just in a few weeks at Bethpage Black. It's going to be awesome. If you've never watched a Ryder Cup, if you're not a golf fan, this is a great event to watch. If you're not a golf fan, to try to get into golf, because if you're from the US, it's USA versus Europe. It's us versus the world, baby. It's really fun. So yeah, anyway, we're going to move on now to some Oriole Bird action. Kyle Bradish made his first start of the year the other night. Looked pretty damn good too. Had a lot of strikeouts. What did you guys think of Kyle Bradish's first start after Tommy John just over a year and 2 months ago? Drew, let's go to you first.
Yeah, I mean, it was great, obviously. I mean, high adrenaline. He's throwing hard. 10 strikeouts, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's kind of the Bradish we remember. I'm sure he's been waiting a long time for that. That's why the velo was up so high. It sucks we're not in contention for him, but it still gives us hope for next year. Apparently no injuries we haven't heard so far.
Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate goal is, just getting him back into action without getting hurt the rest of the year. I could really give a shit how he pitches. Let's just kind of get back and get throwing so we're good for next year.
Yeah, he how many pitches did he end up throwing?
Mid 80s.
It was I was going to say like 80 or 90.
Yeah. Because he definitely could have, like, if he was pitching all year, he could have kept going.
Yeah, there was people at my bar like, why did they take that guy out? He was pitching so good, and I was like, well, it was his first start in like over a year. He's coming off an injury. I'm sure they had a little bit of a leash on him. They didn't want to send him back out. They were like, fuck that. He should keep pitching. It's just like, yeah, I know, but this is not how we work. This is not how we play baseball anymore, guys. This is not.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt, then what?
Yeah.
I watched a good portion of the game, and I thought the team was playing with a little bit more piss and vinegar behind him. It's really hard to look at what was his name, Beavers, out in the outfield, and it just, I don't know, it's too much change for me. I'm not used to it, but it just seemed like the team had a little more piss and vinegar in the defensive end.
I like that. I like the attitude of the team shifting. I think Mansolino has done a pretty good job. I don't think he'll be the coach next year, but I think he's done a pretty good job of rallying the guys, at least at spurts this season. I know it's still been a disappointing season just because the beginning was so bad. But if you look at the records, I think we're like top 5 in the league in terms of records since that horrible, terrible start we had. I think we were 16-31, and then since then we're like 10 games above 500. So it might seem like we're treading water at this point, but this is kind of how the season goes. It's just that the beginning part of the season was so bad that it was just impossible to overcome unless there was some sort of miracle, Moneyball type 22 win streak that we were going to go on, but it's just not happening this year.
We're playing well. We have no bullpen. No bullpen.
Not one bull in the pen.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah. So I think we're definitely playing well right now.
Yeah.
It's just we can't close out games.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but I mean, we lost 5-0 the other night.
Yeah.
And we do that a lot too. That we
go out there.
We go out there and put zeros on the board at least once a week, and it's so fucking annoying.
A lot of all or nothing guys. Like I love Kowser, but I mean he could go 0 for 4 and not. Like I could look better at the plate on certain days, and then he comes in the next day and he's hot as shit. Like
he hits a home run and at bat one, just bet him the rest of the game to get hits every at bat. Like he's exactly that guy. He's feast or famine 100%. And you're right. There's a lot of guys on the team that are kind of like that. And that's just not really how baseball teams work. That's not how you keep the engine running. We need guys that are going to be able to get base hits, even when they're having tough days or whatever.
On that note too, where do you guys think Jeremiah Jackson fits into the plans next year and kind of moving forward?
I don't know, dude. He's like Luis Arias, but right-handed. It's awesome. He's great.
I think he's played himself into the utility guy position for next year, 100%. No doubt.
I think he's got to start the year at least on the bench. I mean,
Ron Flaherty type guy.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be He's going to be a better Urias. I think.
Whoa. How dare you slander Ramon's name that way? Better offensively. Everybody loves Ramon.
I love Ramon. But I mean, don't get me wrong. It's I like what I'm seeing so far. Does he have his hiccups defensively? For sure, especially in the outfield, which he's not an outfielder. I get it. But I think he's athletic enough that he and Christ, if you hit, you're gonna find a spot on a team.
Yeah.
So if you can put him on the bench and have him fill in for somebody who has an off day, especially on the infield, I just don't see how he's not going to make next year's team unless there's a huge drop off in spring training next year, or if somebody just comes out and rakes during spring training. I think he's kind of played his way into that spot at this point.
I'm thinking the op. God,
Sorry. So I was going to say, speaking of Ramones, I don't know if you guys have seen what Ramon Laureano's doing in San Diego for Glenn's Padres, but he just hit a grand slam the other night. He is fucking torching baseballs in San Diego.
Awesome.
Hearn's not doing so bad either.
I know. It's been a great trade for the Scouting Padres. I love it.
Yeah.
It has.
Orioles West.
Orioles West. Yeah.
It
And
really
we
is
have
at this
we
point.
have
Machado.
Yeah, we've got Ravens West out in the Chargers as well. They've got all of our old players, our old offensive coordinator. They've got the brother of our coach. They're stealing our thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you guys
Yeah,
doing
but,
over there in Chula
I want to
Vista?
go. Yeah, right. I want to go back to Bradish though. Like Drew said, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better outing. Honestly, I mean, 10 strikeouts, 0 walks is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I think what did he go 5 or 6 innings total, and you guys said he went about 80 some pitches, which is, I think we were saying anywhere between 75 and 90 is kind of what we were expecting to be at. If he ended that inning at 75 or whatever, or 79, maybe he goes out one more inning. But I just don't see him starting a new inning, and if he's in the 80s and could potentially get up into 100. But I mean, it looked like he left off. He just picked up where he left off. Like his stuff was nasty, absolutely nasty. Like command might. I say command, but he didn't walk anybody. But there was a couple pitches where he was missing. But I mean, he looked way better than I was expecting, especially for somebody who hasn't pitched him competitively for 14 months. So I'm stoked about it. And then did you guys see Manzolino came out and said they're going to have a 6-man rotation the rest of the way? Which I don't necessarily disagree with, just to keep guys like, let's keep them healthy, get them work, maybe a little bit of confidence if they're throwing well. So I don't disagree with it. We're not in a race right now.
I didn't see that, but honestly, I agree with you. I think that's probably a good move. Get more people, more looks, going down the stretch. Make sure Bradish isn't pitching on too little rest. Ease him.
Basically, add Bradish and you add Tyler Wells, then you got it's Bradish, Wells.
So is Wells coming back? What's going on with Wells?
Yeah, he's close.
Yeah, I think he might have one more start down there, but when he comes back, it's going to be 6. And maybe they're just forecasting that they're probably going to call him up soon. But it's going to be Wells, Bradish, Sagano, Kramer, Povich, and who am I missing here?
Is it Rogers?
Rogers.
Sagano?
Yep.
Rogers, yeah.
Rogers. So it's going to be the 6 of them going the rest of the year on a 6-man rotation. So they're going to be getting everyone gets an extra day rest, maybe 2, depending on if there's an off day. So I mean, I like it. And I see a lot of people like Joe Radke here talking about Wells. They don't like him being a starting pitcher.
Not closer.
Yeah, look, I think if we're going to revamp the bullpen in the offseason, I hope, because the bullpen right now is in shambles. But I think Wells would be a good additive piece to the bullpen. I don't think he needs to be in the starting rotation. I don't really think there's room for him in general. I would like to see him come back as a reliever, not a starter. That's personal. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. By the way, Kyle Bradish threw 81 pitches the other night. Just getting the breakdown now. 51 of them were strikes. So I like that.
I think Ben McDonald last night was talking about Big Al coming back at some point too.
I forgot.
He's been making rehabs.
I forgot he existed.
He's been making rehab appearances here for the last month or so, and I don't. He's been starting, but I don't think they have him in the plans to start when he gets here. And I don't know. I'm just more on board of like, let's keep building him up. / if there's confidence, cool. But let's just keep everybody healthy and get some work in. So that's where I'm at. But Wells being a starting pitcher, I'm fine with it right now. Why not do it right now and keep building him up just in case like we see how many injuries that happen to starting pitchers around the league. He's probably going to be one of those guys. Like if we have injuries again next year, he's going to swing in there. So why not have him ready? Let's build him up for that. I don't think, and I might get crucified for this and I could be wrong. My opinion is I don't think his stuff is good enough to be a closer. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Wells, I agree with you. I don't think he's closer. I think he's a middle relief kind of guy. I
do
agree
too.
with you there.
I 100% agree. I think that they are going to either have to go out and get somebody as a closer this offseason. Chapman is a free agent. I think I got to go there at some point because I posted about it. But
is he the new ageless wonder? By the way, I mean
he's only had one bad season. 2022 was his last bad season.
He's throwing 99-mile-an-hour cutters, like you said in our text messages. He's 400 years old. Like, is this guy ever going to get old? He's just that good forever.
But regardless, they're going to have to go out and get somebody, or unless they have somebody down in the minors, like that dude that's shooting up throwing 103. But I think they want him to start. There could be somebody else down there too. I'm not as in tuned with like the minor leagues. I just know some of the better guys that are down there in terms of like who are shooting up boards right now and some of the stuff that I'm seeing. Maybe they're planning on doing that. I don't know. But yeah, closer. I don't think that's Oriole Land on Twitter is hell bent on him being the closer, and I am hell bent on him not being the closer. I want him in the bullpen. I think that's the best spot for him, and spot starter, kind of like how we do with Suarez. I think that's the best. He should be that swingman guy. I think that's his best role. So that's my opinion, at least. I may not be right. We'll see. So
yeah.
Anyway, back to Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
When did this guy start throwing a cutter? And they didn't say anything about it last night. I was watching the game. I was watching the game and they were calling it like a four seam, I think is what Ben McDonald was. I was like, that ball's fucking cutting. Like, was I seeing stuff? Am I wrong here? Were you guys watching the same ball?
You're right. I think that's part of the reason he's been able to be so effective for so long is he's able to.
When did that happen?
Develop these new pitches because look, when he came up, he was fastball and slider, and that was it.
Slider.
Then when he got to the Yankees, he developed that splitter, and that's been one of the most devastating pitches for him in his arsenal over the course of the last few years. And now apparently he's got a cutter. I don't know. He's evolving. He's evolving. I don't know.
That guy lives on Earth with us.
Yeah, I know.
Not all humans are created equal. I hate to say it.
Yeah. There's been, I think, 8 recorded pitches in the history of baseball that were over 105 miles an hour, and he has 7 of them.
Yeah, that's going to go up. That's going to change.
Yeah, I know. It's going to go up. But anyway, let's do some quick award watch around the MLB. It's a very tight race in the AL with the MVP. Aaron Judge -120, Cal Raleigh -110. So we're talking even basically odds, and it's a 2-man race for American League MVP. Drew, if the season ended today, would you take the Big Dumper or would you take Aaron Judge for AL MVP?
So again, I'm biased because I hate the Yankees. I think Raleigh, Cal Raleigh's probably the reason they're there.
Yeah.
Argument probably could be made for the Yankees too, but at the same point, the Yankees are always the Yankees. The Mariners haven't been this good. I think he is the one player that elevates them to the level they are right now, and giving them a chance to be in the hunt. So, it's an amazing season. What he's doing, also at a premium position at catcher, being able to do offensively and defensively what he's doing, he would definitely be my pick.
Glenn?
I think the Big Dumper. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Never have. Not Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Judge. I don't like Judge. Never have liked him. And the Dumper. He plays catcher. It's a much rougher position than being an outfielder. Much rougher.
Not only rougher, it's more important.
Yeah.
It's just harder to get a guy that could produce that much behind the plate. I mean, we've literally never seen it.
Yeah.
He's the first catcher ever to hit 50 homers.
Johnny Bench never did that?
No.
Oh,
Johnny Bench was a great catcher, but the most
I gotta say something. Now that you bring up Johnny Bench, after the Basayo contract, I wanted to bring this up the other day when we were talking about the Basayo contract and everyone
please do not compare Samuel Basayo to Johnny
projecting him to be Johnny Bench. Shut the hell up.
Let's say power with power. Why? I thought that was the Oriole way.
Don't want that
Johnny
either.
Bench
why or Buster Posey or whatever you want to call it. I hate comparisons. Let the guy fucking figure out his career.
In 1970, Johnny Bench had 45 homers, had 148 RBIs, and won a Gold Glove. Is that good? Is that good?
Not
What's
bad.
that score? I don't know.
Not
He hit
bad.
293 that year.
What was he making? $3 million maybe?
Probably.
If he was
I don't
making
know
that?
what he was making. I don't know. But yeah, the most home runs ever by a catcher for a long time was Johnny Bench, but I believe
I'm
Salvador
surprised
Perez,
Piazza didn't get that.
2 or 3 years ago passed him. Piazza was like very consistently
40
like
a
around
lot, didn't he?
40. Yeah, he was never like Why, if I type in Piazza, is it bringing up a pizza place? How do you not know that I'm typing in the catcher? I'm going to look his stats up right now.
But yeah, I mean, everybody knows. We talked about it during the draft. I hate the comparison stuff. I hate it for football. I hate it for baseball. I hate it in general. I understand what you're saying, but like that puts unfair expectations on people. It's already happening to Adley. It happened to Wieters. Wieters ended up having a solid career, but I mean, everybody thinks he's a disappointment. Everyone thinks
people remember him as a failure. Right, yeah, like Wieters won like several Gold Gloves and was a very productive player in the middle of our lineup for a long time.
Multiple time All-Star, I believe.
He had the hype of like he was supposed to be Johnny Bench, and it's just like it's not fair to compare these guys to the greatest ever.
Well,
it puts too much on their plate.
And honestly, having just a solid catcher that's a multi-time All-Star, he hits a little bit, he plays good defense. I mean, give me that. Sign me up for that all day. Adley is that guy when he's healthy. We know what happened last year. He was probably playing with a broken hand the whole second half of last year. He's been hurt. I mean, when he's healthy this year, we saw it come back around. He's hitting well, and then he hurts his oblique. And I hate to break it to you, obliques are going to hang around the rest of the season until the offseason. It's always going to be there. And then he tweaks it again, makes it to the point where he can't play with it. So,
I'd love to see stats like of our staff with like ERA with Adley and without Adley.
Yeah,
I
agree with you.
You know, over the past week, like since Sam's come up, I mean, I think Kramer was yelling at him coming off the other day.
Kramer was screaming at him when he gave up 5 in the first inning coming off.
I saw Tomoyuki the other day in between innings, kind of talking to him about stuff. Like there's a lot the average fan doesn't get about catching.
No,
that
Drew
makes these guys great.
Are you serious? Orioles Twitter would say otherwise. They were saying this was all Kramer's fault.
Well, you know, Orioles Twitter
was an all-star behind home plate. He has nothing to work on.
You know, Orioles
he's got a
Twitter
cannon. We saw the cannon last night.
Yeah,
but the talent's there, right? But there's shit to work on for sure.
Dude, we saw a cannon the other night. Alex Jackson, there was a ball that went by the catcher the other night to the wall, and Alex Jackson hosed whoever was at second base, and I was like, holy shit, that was the best throw I've seen an Orioles catcher make in forever.
I was more impressed. Did you guys hear how fast he threw that ball down the second base last night during the broadcast?
Who's that, Basayo?
87 miles an hour, something like that.
87 miles an hour from
a squat.
A squat and a short arm.
Yeah.
That's
giving me Kyle Bowler vibes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy arm strength. That's crazy arm strength from a catcher.
The biggest thing, because again, I've seen people argue, the pitchers can shake them off. They can call their own pitches. Again, I was seeing Tomoyuki shake them off multiple times. Brooks, you can attest this as a pitcher. It's fucking frustrating when you're not on the same page as your catcher.
Yeah.
Like, you know exactly what you want to throw. Yeah. He's giving you the wrong location and the wrong pitch. It fucks you up mentally. Like it does have a huge effect.
Start looking for some of these pitchers that don't wear the pitch comm on their glove or their belt or whatever. We saw Burns do it. We see a couple of other guys do it. Start looking for like Kramer, Sugano, start doing that. If it doesn't get better, because that's one of the most frustrating things in the world. And it puts doubt in a pitcher's mind right away too. And honestly, when you start shaking the stuff, and you start shaking a bunch, I mean, as a hitter, Drew, what's that do to you?
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
More confident.
Exactly. The pitcher doesn't know what he wants. They're not on the same page. Yeah.
He's not confident in what he's throwing. And you're sitting there probably at the plate like, all right, he doesn't know what he wants to throw. He's probably going to miss either wildly bad or I'm getting a meatball here, maybe. So
I have to imagine on the mound, it's like when you're standing over a golf ball and you're like, it's not moving. Why can't I hit it? I don't get it. It's just so annoying and so frustrating the whole time. And you're just like,
it could be
God, am I playing?
Too.
It's almost like you're playing against the catcher and the other team, right? You don't have as much confidence, and that's why a guy like like Adley behind the dish. I think it just inspires confidence in a lot of pitchers because I think he's so good at catching games. I just do.
I agree. And when he's healthy, I mean, so let's go back to last year when he had the hand. I was talking.
Did he lose the hand?
I can bring this. I can bring. I was talking to Tim. I went to coffee.
He's got a hook now. Yeah.
I went to coffee with Tim yesterday after his outing, and we got on the subject of Adley. Everybody in the league last year knew something was wrong with Adley's hand because he couldn't receive the low pitch at all. Just couldn't get to it. Just couldn't he couldn't catch it because his hand couldn't get down there. He got down there, but he couldn't catch it correctly, is what I should say. So everybody in the league knew it. Everybody knew it. But so framing is a big thing, and receiving is a big thing. I know that's going to go away a little bit, like with the ABS stuff, but yeah, that could be something that's going on with Basayo as well. But when Adley's right, I mean, we're seeing it this year. He's one of the better defensive catchers in the league when he's right, because the abdomen obviously isn't going to affect as much with like receiving. It's maybe blocking a little bit, but yeah, I that's what I'm kind of wondering if that's what's going on with Basayo, is that if that's what they were pissed off about on top of pitch sequencing, stuff like that too. But I mean, now's the time I want them to work through this because we know we're not going on a stretch run right now. So This would be the time to work it out, if any time.
The tall guy comments, I would work with my catcher to make up signs to where I didn't have to shake them off, so he would know to go to the next pitch without having to shake him off and not mess up my head. It's the literal fucking worst.
It is.
Sorry, I had a rough night last night. We're trying to get through it. We're powering through.
So, for example, when I was pitching in college, and this was the same for a lot of pitchers. It was kind of a universal sign. Like if you like the pitch call, but you don't like the location, you don't shake, you just stare. And they know if you're not
Inside
saying yes,
outside, yeah.
If you're not saying yes, or if they're sitting there like this is awkward, they know, all right, he wants fastball in, or whatever, the opposite of what he called.
Mm-hmm.
High school, college hitters take notes right now.
Yeah.
That's kind of a universal sign. If a guy's standing out there staring for a little bit too long, you know he's changing locations, probably.
If you're watching this podcast with a notepad, you could spend your time more wisely. I'm just just letting you know that. You're not spending your time the way you should.
So I mean, and we talked about this.
Not what you should be doing.
But I mean, Merrick probably did the same thing, because this was like, remember how like the universal thing, like with pitchers, like when you first start mixing up signs, everybody goes to second sign, right, with a man on second. Like that was like the universal thing. The universal thing was when you first start wanting to change locations was you stare. But that changes, right? It develops, but like that's like step one. Like how I give 3 signs, the second sign with the man on second's always that, or outs +1, or whatever it is. Those were kind of like the easy ones that everybody could, when you're younger, like, all right, here's like elementary, here's like class 101, right? And then we'll figure out our own thing. And we talked about, put the legal and then we talked about how Maddox, how he would receive the ball back from the catcher there for that entire year. He would tell him if you want it inside or outside, right? How he called it this way.
Fucking that.
Or
that
was awesome.
That dude was
or if he like went like this to his nose, he wanted a curveball. Yeah. Or if he went to his eye, he wanted whatever it was. I forget the exact sequencing, but
that guy was playing chess and everyone else is playing fucking marbles.
Chase the 2, Chris.
Nobody was even close.
Chris brings up chase the 2. That's another like elementary school thing where it's like whatever the sign is after the 2 is the pitch you're throwing. Like it's those are like elementary school. If you're on second base trying to pick signs, or if you're a pitcher finally starting to mix up your signs, everybody knows like the ones that everyone goes to. And then once they pick them up, they're like, all right, now we got to get more advanced. So they don't have to do it anymore because they got pitch comm. So
Drew, what's your experience as a third base coach giving signs? Have you ever given the wrong sign on accident and had something terrible happen?
So I have. I hate it. I
I'm sure, dude. You're Brooks Kerr, are you?
Yeah, Publix high school. I go first sign live, and I fucking telegraph.
Yeah.
But no, I had I guess before I came on, the head coach was, and he gave take was this, which that's pretty elementary.
Yeah.
And but I'm like I think Brooks did this, or maybe it was Tommy when I was in college. But like 2-0 pitch, I'm like this, like one spot, put it in a box, and kids just constantly started taking. I'm like, what the fuck? That's right down the middle. And they're like, Coach, you're giving us the take. It's
you're giving them accidental takes.
Yeah.
Red light.
2-0 counts, like 2-0, 3-0 to my 4-hitter. Like
that's why. That's why you kind of got to telegraph, because it's like, all right, do you want to be secretive about it? Yes, but at the same time, you want them to get the right sign. So I remember Bengal going, "Fucking bunt." He got so frustrated one game. He looked at us and he's like, he's going like this. I forget who it was. And he just like turns around and he goes, "Bunt."
Yep. And now, what we did like for what we still do for playoffs is I'll give the sign. And if it's either the hitter or the runner isn't sure, they look at the first base coach. And if his arms are behind his back, a play's on. So they know,
I like that.
At that point, not like it's a secondary confirmation. Because I know at least he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, dude. We had like freaking SAT tests on our signs in high school with Brooks Kerr. We had, I think we had the thing in our hat. We had like a little thing of 15 signs we had to put in either your hat or your back pocket, wherever you wanted to put it. But yeah, it was ridiculous. And then we also had if you went like this, nothing mattered that he said at all.
Yeah.
Which is
there's
really
always a wipe off.
Yeah.
There's always a wipe off sign.
He's like, fuck, I told him to bunt. I got to go like this.
Yeah. Summer league team, we had to do math. Like it was like 3, 4, 5.
Oh my God, dude.
15 was steal, and you're sitting there fucking counting.
Yeah.
Like
how many times did he touch his nose? I don't know what to throw. What am I supposed to do?
That's another thing. Like playing at Hartford, a lot of our signs were vocal. Stay hot was bunt for hit, because you don't stay hot. It's like it's little vocal triggers that you kind of know.
That's how like if we had the signs, or if you could see kind of what they were throwing, how you're trying to relay signs, that was another thing. Like if it was anything other than like if it was a number, it was a curveball, or however you wanted to work it, but it was vocal signs like that, what you're talking about.
It was Tim Ford was our first base coach. Both of you guys first base
name
coach
or numbers usually.
He would coach first base, and every now and then we would have a catcher who wasn't very good at hiding the signs, and he could catch them from first base. And so we knew if he said be ready, it was off speed, and if he said stay in there, it was a fastball. So we were and if he says stay in there 17, I was like, all right, well, he's throwing a fastball. And then
I don't think he changed that from when we were in high school.
But nobody ever picked it up, I guess, because it's normal things to say in a baseball game. You don't think about, but if you listen, if you're at the game and you listen, you hear something like that. Maybe it means a little bit more than you expect, and maybe somebody's banging a trash can. Who knows? They're going to get in trouble.
That's where we draw the line.
We draw the line.
And we talked about this probably last week or 2 weeks ago with like how you can't obviously pick signs anymore unless you can literally hear it, which is something that I've talked with people about now, because like infielders have the pitch comm in their hat. Certain infielders do. And if they can hear it, they can relay it, right? And sometimes they have it so loud on the pitcher that they can do it. But a lot of times now they're picking them from their glove in terms of like how they're holding the pitch. And I could always see that, but that was always like when we were in high school or college, picking them from a glove was a little bit borderline in terms of like, man, I might get one in the dome next time if I'm pulling them from the glove and not figuring out the sign. I don't know. But yeah, that's just the way you have to do it now. So what was the other thing I was going to bring up? Oh, one of these days, since we're going to move on here from signs, because this has gotten way too in depth on that.
We've gotten into some rabbit holes today.
I know. One of the rabbit holes I do want to go down and kind of give a little bit. Maybe I'll do this with Ryan and you and Drew and somebody else. Like how extensive like first and third plays are, first and second bunt situations, and how extensive these things can get. Because I don't think the average fan has any clue how extensive these things can go. And in terms of the different plays that can happen, the different signs that can happen. Dusty, I said not today, but one of these days, since we're hopefully finishing up on the sign situation here, I do want to go over with either Ryan and Drew and a couple other guys that are familiar how extensive first and third situations, first and second bunt situations are, pickoff plays, how in depth these things can go, and how in depth the signs can go on them as well. I do want to get like a board up on the screen and actually like bring that out and show people, because it is, the average fan has no fucking clue how ridiculous some of this stuff can get, and how much timing goes into some of it as well. So
there's a lot of intricacies going on in baseball games that you have no idea about.
Nobody has any idea.
Yeah, that's the 100%. Definitely the lion's share. But anyway, we started this conversation by asking, is Aaron Judge or Cal Raleigh the AL MVP? We're talking about Chris Bengal and Calvert Hall baseball, and I had to go make another drink as a result. So
I'm gonna have to as well.
Yeah. The National League MVP is pretty much a closed case at this point. Shohei Ohtani is minus 8,000 to win the NL MVP. I think that would be his fourth MVP in his.
Drew, you're gonna go watch him. He comes
career.
To Baltimore next week.
If you guys on Friday.
If you're not familiar with gambling terms, minus 8,000 means you have to bet $8,000 to win $100 on this bet. So Shohei Ohtani is almost certainly winning the MVP. The next closest guy is Kyle Schwarber at plus 1,300, and then our boy Manny Machado, who's never won this award, at plus 10,000. Not happening.
You know what? I would argue if it's that good, bet $1,000 if you want to win $100. I mean, bet $8,000. I mean, it's pretty much a shoo-in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you should just bet it before the year starts every year. Once again, he's a DH for the most part, but he's also pitching now. I think he got his first win of his return last night. He pitched 5 innings, and he's also hitting .280 with 45 home runs. So yeah, pretty good stuff going on here. If he wasn't pitching, he would still win the MVP, but let's just throw the feather in his cap that he throws 100 miles an hour and has one of the most devastating sliders in the league. It's ridiculous what he's doing. I mean, we've never seen anything like it. So, but we don't need to talk about the NL MVP race. I think it's pretty clear cut there. If you want to say Kyle Schwarber, you can, but I'll argue against you.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Did I not hear somebody say on this podcast that they took the field instead of Judge as the AL MVP?
That's me.
Oh,
I'm rooting for the big dumper. I'm rooting heavy for the big dumper.
What were the odds on that, Dust?
17-1 for the field. Any player in the American League that's not named Aaron Judge, and that was like 70 games into the season.
Okay.
It was the stupidest thing I ever saw. It's the stupidest thing he ever saw. And then he gets hurt, and I'm like, oh, he might be out for the year. He might be getting UCL surgery. I don't know. And then he comes back, and he's fucking Aaron Judge again. But, whatever. He missed 10 games. He's a loser. He shouldn't be the MVP.
No, he won't be. He won't be.
He might be.
He won't be.
He's going to win like 8 of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to say, did you guys watch the game last night? Everybody watched the game last night? Dusty had a thing. Dusty had a thing last night.
Yeah. I was getting bitten by mosquitoes instead.
Roansy Contreras looked good, man. And I mean, they DFA'd him today because, I mean, they're trying to get arms that they can use up here at the moment.
They brought Jersey Jerry back, didn't they?
Well, last night they did. But Roansy Contreras made the start last night and looked pretty fucking good, actually. I was impressed. But they sent him back down. They DFA'd him again today, sent him back down, and brought up Sean Dubin. I mean, they're gonna, if you're not gonna be
that's
hot,
not a real person.
Or if it is. He's wearing number 62. If you're not gonna be hot or they can't use you, I think they're gonna send you back and forth at this point, which I agree with. They need bullpen help. So
62.
But yeah, I was impressed with him. I was impressed.
Going back to our award-winning arguments here. So MVPs we talked about. Good race in the AL, in the NL, not so much. For the Cy Young Awards, it's actually a great race, and we're going to see one of the guys today. Actually, in about 10 minutes, Garrett Crochet is going to take the mound against the Orioles. And Garrett Crochet is plus 100 to win this year's American League Cy Young Award. So he's about even. He's exactly even money. The only other guy in the argument is Tarik Skubal, who I would argue is the best pitcher in baseball and has been for the last couple of years. He is minus 125. So just below even money there on him. Do you guys have any leans in general on that award? I know you don't have the numbers probably right in front of you, but do you have a feel for Crochet versus Skubal? Who do you think has just been more dominant this season?
Skubal has because of his strikeouts.
Yeah.
He's got, was it 247 strikeouts the last I heard? That's a lot of strikeouts.
I mean, if I'm
that's
going,
not even, it wasn't even September.
Yeah, but he was, I mean, Crochet.
He's got 212 strikeouts in 166 innings. That's a lot. That's
all right.
60 more strikeouts than innings.
Here we go. Innings pitched. Crochet's got about 8 or 7 more innings pitched. He's 13-5. Skubal is 11-3. I know we don't care about record. They have the exact same ERA, 2.43 and a 2.42.
Skubal has a
strikeouts. Crochet has 196. Skubal has 190.
What are you
K
looking
rate.
at? What are you looking at?
Stat head.
That's not true because Skubal's 11-4 with a 2.28 and he has 212 strikeouts. You're looking at numbers.
I'm missing a start. Start.
Yeah. I mean, either way. I mean, they're neck and neck if you look at the numbers. Skubal's got more strikeouts. Crochet's got probably, I don't know. I mean, I was going to say a better team, but no, I think Detroit's a better team, right?
I don't know, man. I tend to lean Skubal. I really do.
I just think, like, look, if you're the best pitcher in the league, and I think it's pretty much everyone would say, except for Paul Skeens, I think he's the best pitcher in the league. I mean, you really have to put up a season to knock him off the pedestal, right? If there's an argument, give it to the guy who's the best.
All right. So if I'm looking at these numbers, missing a start from both guys, potentially, then, I mean, it is neck and neck. I mean, if you look at WAR, if you care about WAR with pitchers, Skubal's got a 5.5 in this, and Crochet's got a 4.8.
Okay.
Crochet's got 25 games started compared to the 24. So maybe I missed Tarik Skubal's start, and they both have 25. I don't know. I gotta go. Everything is leaning Detroit's way, in my mind. In this, less walks, almost half the amount of walks. So that'll do it for me right there.
What do you think about this K rate, by the way, for Skubal? He's striking out 33% of the batters he faces. 1 out of every 3 players that's coming up in the inning, he's striking out.
That's nuts.
Sounds like he's throwing a lot more pitches than he needs to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's incredible.
All right,
that's incredible.
Mr. 89 over there, Dan Heron. I didn't know. I'm sorry. It turns out if you throw 100, you miss a lot more bats and you have to throw more pitches.
Just say, I mean, I'd rather strike.
Anyone do that?
I'd rather strike more people out too. But I mean, it's incredible. That was. If you don't have that option, maybe try to like throw less pitches and get deeper into games. That was my thing because I couldn't strike as many people out. But
that's Brooks' advice to Tarik.
if you can do it, then fucking do it.
Oh man.
I was much more let my defense do the work. I don't want to do all the work. Strikeouts are fascist, remember?
All right. All right,
yeah,
calm down. We don't need any more wisdom from Kevin Costner.
It was Bull Durham. Come on. You know that one.
I know, but he said Tin Cup.
Strikeouts are fascist anyway. Let's get some ground balls.
Paul Skeens is minus 5,000 to win the NL Cy Young Award. Christopher Sanchez is the closest guy to him. It's Paul Skeens. He should win the award. He's the best pitcher in the NL. I don't care what his record is. That team is a complete dumpster fire, and he's keeping them afloat in every game that he pitches. He's the most electric player. One of the most electric pitchers, you'll ever see. And he's 23 years old. He's unbelievable. I can't believe. After
Bubba Chandler right now too,
the heyday of pitching that we just had with Scherzer and Kershaw and Verlander and Greinke and all those guys, and we're just. It seems like we got a new crop. And the game is changing, and this is what happens, but it's
Bubba
good
Chandler
for-
looks nasty. I mean, he hasn't given up a
Bubba
run
Chandler-
yet, but
Well, he's only pitched 2 games so far.
yes, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, looking at his stuff, same thing as Miz. I mean, they just look nasty, dude. I mean, their stuff is so good.
Can't wait to see what the Pirates trade him for. It's going to be great in a couple of years. That is the Pirates way. Other guys of note, we can do the Rookie of the Year odds. It looks like Nick Kurtz is going to be the AL Rookie of the Year. He should be. If you look at his numbers, it's pretty ridiculous. And then in the NL, it's a little bit closer. Drake Baldwin, who's been a standout catcher for the Atlanta Braves, has been really good. And then you have Isaac Collins and Cade Horton, who are also having a really good season. So I don't really know. I'm not paying attention too much to the Rookie of the Year numbers, so I don't want to get super into it. But just looking through the league and other guys that are having really good seasons that we're not talking about, George Springer, mostly DH playing corner outfield, but hitting .303 this season with 24 homers, and he's 4th in the league in OPS among qualified hitters. He's been great. I don't know what's going on in the other Rothschild residence right now.
What's the appearance here, Dempsey?
Kyle Stowers, who was traded from our beloved Orioles, is still having an excellent season, hitting .288 with 25 dongs, 73 RBIs, incredibly productive. Corbin Carroll having a bounce-back season. He had a rough year last year, having a really good year this year, hit a lot of home runs. Juan Soto is always there. Vlad Guerrero is always there. Freddie Freeman is always there. And then Jose Ramirez, always there. Jose Ramirez, by the way, in his age, I believe 33 season, has 36 stolen bases and 26 home runs. I just don't know. This guy is built different than us. He is the most consistent player I've ever seen since Scott Rowland. He's just going to be really good every year, and he's never going to be spectacular, but he's just going to come in 4th in the MVP every year. Really love.
Hey, that's pretty spectacular.
He's not putting up video game numbers like Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani, but he's just as consistent as it gets. And when it comes to baseball, it's just so hard to do, to be that consistent. He never goes through slumps. It's unbelievable to watch, really. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer waiting to happen, and I just enjoy watching him play. And he's playing in Cleveland, so nobody cares. But I want to shout him out as much as I possibly can because I really like the guy. Any other baseball stuff before we move into the NFL and the Kyle Hamilton? I would say market-setting contract for safeties. Do we have anything else on baseball, Mr. David Segui?
I don't think so. I had something else, but I can't remember. It's time to move on.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to football. Yesterday, Kyle Hamilton signed the richest deal in the history of safeties, 4 years, up to $100 million, pushing $25 million a year at the safety position. Not a premium position in general in football, but Kyle Hamilton is able to do so many things at such a high level that I think this contract was warranted. What do you guys think about the contract? What do you think about Kyle Hamilton as a player in general? And what are your expectations for this Ravens defense coming up this season? Drew, we're going to go to you first.
I mean, obviously excited to lock him up for a while. I think that especially the back part of the secondary is very young. I think, they could build a good base for years to come. How our defense finished last year was awesome. I think we, after maybe midway through, we were the number 1 defense. So I do think we only improved from there. So I think it's exciting this year. Not much else. I don't have much else to add, but we're improving. That's what you want to do.
I think Glenn? It's good.
Thumbs up. That's what I give.
Glenn, what do you think about paying a safety $25 million a year? You happy about it?
No, I think it's stupid. I don't care how good you are. For that position, no. I mean, it's not quarterback money. It's not great linebacker money. It's not great defensive end money. Safeties get hurt, man. They get hurt. I don't think it was a good thing. I just don't think it was a good thing. My biggest problem with the Ravens right now, getting away from that for just a second, everybody's expecting the Ravens. I mean, ESPN, Stephen A. The Ravens don't do it this year. They're never going to do it with Lamar. And I got a problem with that. I got a big problem.
What do you mean? That's not true, though. I don't agree with that. I think we have as long as Lamar Jackson is our quarterback, I think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
As long as Lamar Jackson's
I do also, but the pressure is. I mean, these guys are putting a lot of pressure on the Ravens.
As they should. They've got one of the two best rosters in the league. Why wouldn't they?
No, they got the best roster.
Nothing else for him to prove.
They don't have the best roster in the league. The Philadelphia Eagles do, in my opinion. But we have an MVP quarterback, and they have a middling quarterback, as far as I'm concerned. He won them the Super Bowl last year, but also Saquon Barkley was having his Barry Sanders year last year. So I don't really know.
I'll take Derrick Henry over Barkley all day long. But
it's also like, all right, let's go down the line here. Like offensive line, they have a better offensive line than us. I mean, we can say it.
They have a better offensive line and defensive line, and that's where you win and lose games. Do I think we can compete with them? For fucking sure. I mean, hell yeah. 100% we can compete with them.
Yeah. I think our offensive line is built for our team, though. I mean, Henry is built to take on contact and push through people. Barkley's a more shifty guy. Like, again, Lamar's going to scramble more. I know Jalen can too, but
scrambling, that's fun.
Yeah, I think our line is built for our team. So I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison.
I totally agree with you. I mean, look, when you have a guy like Lane Johnson who's a first ballot Hall of Famer anchoring your offensive line, and then they also have one of the best left tackles in the league, Jordan Mailata. I mean, people are going to look at those positions, and I know the offensive line is not sexy, but if there's a sexy position on the offensive line, it's tackle, and the Eagles have two of the best tackles in the league. So people are going to default to that offensive line being better. Their center, Cam Jurgens, is going to be out for the first couple of weeks of the season, so we'll see how that affects them.
I was going to say, offensive line is going to come down to health as well, and how much depth they have after that. Because, I mean, somebody's going to get hurt. I mean, it's just going to happen.
But if you just look at the two rosters, I mean, I think for me, if you're building a football team, you want to build inside out. And it starts with quarterback, because you need to have at least a competent quarterback. But the offensive line and the defensive line are the most important part for me of a football team. And the Eagles have the best of both of those. So for me, if you say the best roster in the NFL is the Ravens, I disagree with you, because I think the Eagles have the best offensive line. They have the best defensive line. But I do agree. I think we've been the best roster in the AFC for the last 2 years. It hasn't worked out, quite obviously. I think last year really could have been the year, and it gave me a lot of 2011 vibes. If you remember that season, 2011, we went to the AFC Championship. We lost to the Patriots. We were the better team. And if you ask a Patriots fan, they would admit to you, we were a better team than them. And then the next year, we went into Foxborough, and we won that game, and we made it to the Super Bowl. And I'm getting vibes of that year.
Yeah, but we got vibes of that year when we lost to Buffalo the first time in Buffalo.
We have vibes of that every year.
Yeah, that's maybe true. Yeah.
But, I mean...
I hate Lee Evans forever.
Yeah.
And Billy Cummings.
Anyway, this started with Kyle Hamilton. I think it's a no-brainer. We got him sewed up for 4 years. Yep. We talked about it with Basayo. He doesn't have to worry about money for the next 4 years or worry about anything. His spot's sewn up. He's one of the top safeties in the league. He should be paid like it. And to be honest with you,
versatile too.
He's very versatile. I think Zach Orr, with the first season under his belt, I don't think they're gonna come out as slow as they did last year and readjust. I think he's kind of figured it out a little bit. So that's going to be huge. And on top of that, guys, like, I know we talk salary cap. We can gymnastics the stuff if we need to go get a guy, we're
salary cap is not real.
We're going to transition this into some kind of guaranteed or signing bonus, or we're going to give you half of this money now and get this off the books.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a million tweets of Adam Schefter saying
we do the opposite of what the Bengals do. The Bengals try to wait to pay, and then they get themselves, and the Browns, they get themselves into these bad contracts.
The Cowboys,
we pay them first, show them that we care about them and take care of them, and then you can go back to them and say, hey, we're trying to win a Super Bowl here. Can we restructure you and get you this money in your pocket now and get this money off the books, or however you want to structure this, or send it down the road a little bit and get this guy in so we can try to win a Super Bowl? Everybody seems to be on the same page. So
I can't wait to talk about the NFC North and rant on how bad I think the Bengals are going to be this year with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I mean, it's great. Their defense is going to suck ass.
Who's the second highest paid safety now? Do we have an idea
Dax
of what
Hill.
the amount is?
No, it's not Dax Hill. It's the guy from
I'm looking
from
it up.
Houston.
I got
the market
fingers.
was on that.
21.5 was the next a year was the next highest, and he got 25.
Kirby Joseph for the Lions, Antoine Winfield Jr. for the Bucks, and Derwin James of the Chargers, and then Buda Baker of the Cardinals are the next.
I'm thinking
guys.
of corners. The
if
corners
you're looking
from
at
Houston,
total, like just average annual, Minka Fitzpatrick is up there as well.
They all around 20.
So the biggest one is 21.2 per year.
Okay. Have we seen it guaranteed? Is it 100 guaranteed?
4 million. It's not guaranteed. No, it's up to 100. I think the guarantee is like somewhere around 80. I think I'm not 100% sure. But yeah,
that's what I want to see. What was the guaranteed money?
I don't know. And that's what really matters in these contracts. The biggest number is going to get reported because the agents are trying to get new clients. And I totally understand that. But what really matters is the bottom line is the guaranteed number. I mean, I'll put my opinion out there. I think Kyle Hamilton's one of the best safeties in the league. I think if you're going to reset the market, you might as well do it now. Like Brooks said, don't wait until he's in the last year of his contract, and then you have to pay him 10% additive to the market value then, as opposed to 10% additive to the market value now. I think it's
feelings and egos get hurt too, and that's
avoid the whole Micah.
Let me interrupt here for a second.
Go ahead.
You pay these guys all this money now, and then you get Parson, then you get Hendrick, then you get everybody wants more money, and they're still on a contract.
Yeah,
but they're not. They're on their rookie contract.
They're in the last.
Still, they're on a contract. They signed a contract. They should play it out.
I totally agree with you.
And this is my frustration. Old school guy talking about it. It's frustrating.
No, honestly, I totally agree with you. I think, look, last year after the playoffs ended, Josh Allen got an extension, and I was looking around. I was like, didn't Josh Allen get extended last year? It's just like he got an extension after 1 year after he signed a 4-year contract. I think it's ridiculous to a certain extent. I understand where the players are coming from. They're trying to get the most money they can, and the Bills are obviously going to do whatever they can to keep Josh Allen happy. But yeah, I agree. I think the players are. I don't want to say. I almost don't want to say it because I don't want the power to go back to the ownership. But I think the players are have a little bit too much power and a little bit too much say here. But once again, you can manipulate the salary cap. How many times have you seen the Adam Schefter tweet that says Patrick Mahomes has restructured, the Chiefs have saved $20 million against the salary cap this year? You know what I mean? Like they just pay it up front in bonus money and then they can just get rid of it. I think the system is a little bit weird and a little bit broken as far as NFL contracts go. But I mean, I don't disagree with locking up a guy early as opposed to late. And we drafted Tyler Linderbaum in the same draft. And I'm hoping that Tyler Linderbaum is going to be the next domino to fall here because I love having a center that's locked in. And I think Tyler Linderbaum's been great for us. I don't know. Do you guys have comments on just the contract stuff in general?
Yeah. I mean, so if you sign a 4-year deal and then you go into the second year and then there's a bunch of people passing you on the structure of or how much they're getting paid in their deal and everything like that. And you're light years above them. And the markets has just changed for your position. Why wouldn't I go to the owner and say, hey, like the value has changed in my position. I understand I'm under contract, but I'm way undervalued now. Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, Scottie Pippen's looking at these athletes now and he's fucking shaking his head. That dude was locked into like an 8-year contract for no money and his agent stole all of it.
But the owners have the power. Like I'll disagree with you there because they have the contract, right?
Yeah.
So
they're still dishing out the checks at the end of the day.
Not if they don't play.
Well,
not if they're going to do this holdout bullshit.
Yeah, but they're
not going to get checks.
Like the only time it's ever actually happened was fucking Le'Veon Bell, and he ended up getting paid by the Jets, and then he fell out of football. He fell off the face of the planet after 1 year, and so it's never going to happen.
So that gives the owners the leverage again. Like, okay, you're going to sit out a year. You're going to be 1 year older. Now your contract value is down again. You haven't played in over a year and a half, so who knows if you're in shape.
I mean, this
the owners have the leverage here. So
this shit's been going on.
Why not try to go get your money?
I don't know if you guys have been watching the America's Team documentary, the Cowboys 90s documentary that's been on Netflix. If you haven't, you should watch it. It's excellent. It's Last Dance, but 90s Cowboys. It's fucking great. But there was an Emmitt Smith year where he was holding out, and it's the same bullshit that happened. He didn't want to come. He wanted a new contract. And this shit has been going on since mid 90s.
The problem is
what the problem is. Need a tan?
The owners have the leverage no matter what, right? The only time that there was really any leverage was maybe you can say Trey Hendrickson, because that defense is awful and they're going to be that much more awful without him, but they're going to be awful regardless if he's there or not. So he had a little bit of leverage there. The other side of this, if you go about this the right way and like the Ravens do, it's so nice to root for an organization that does this. And we already talked about how they pay people, then you can restructure. If you approach it like, hey, let's get this deal done and I'll restructure when we need, hey, if we need some cap room to go get like Jamar Chase, whatever it is, if we need a receiver, if we need a running back, if we need something, let's restructure. I want to win championships too. We're on the same page here. Instead of the opposite, where the Bengals go to Trey Hendrickson and say, for the last 2 years, they've been promising him this offseason, we'll get the deal done. They don't do it. This offseason, we'll get the deal done. They don't do it. This offseason, now he's in a holdout and he's saying, you told me the last 2 years we were going to get a deal done. And then you just ghosted me. And then he said, fuck this. I'm sitting out until you pay me. And he wanted a long-term deal to stay there. And he even said, hey, trade me and get something back for it because I want what's best for Cincinnati. I want you guys to win a championship because I care about the city. But I want to go somewhere else where I can get money and make sure my future is taken care of. I think when organizations go about it that way, that's when you lose credibility. But the way the Ravens and a couple of other organizations, the Chiefs, I think Tampa does it this way as well. That New England did it this way
Bills.
for a while. The Bills, and they take care of their guys. If you take care of the guys, then you go to them and have an ask instead of pulling the wool over their eyes, they're going to be more receptive to they want to win. There's no shot that they don't want to win, but you have to make sure you're getting the right guy that's not in there just to get paid, right? I mean, that's when you sign a 1 year guy and say all right, Jadeveon Clowney or whoever it is. I'm not saying he's this way, but if there's a guy that you're not sure that he's just in it for the money, he could give a shit less about a championship, then maybe you go for a 1 year deal and say all right, 1 year deal, and we're bringing you in as an assassin to try to go after this thing. So
to put a bow on this Kyle Hamilton contract talk, he's one of the premier players in the league. Defensively, definitely one of the best safeties in the league. You set the market. I know it's a lot of money, but we as Ravens fans, I say we took care of him early, and we get this contract out of the way, and we pay the premier players on our team, and we make sure we keep them in the organization, and then the average to good players can walk. And sometimes those average to good players walk and they're really great elsewhere, and that's okay.
Or they sign a team friendly deal.
And that's true. And
we reward them with signing bonus.
Like Ronnie Stanley did. Very team friendly. 3 years, $60 million was a very, very team friendly deal. $20 million for a premier left tackle in the league is basically no money. But we make sure that the really, really good guys don't get out the door. And if a couple of guys slip through the cracks, that's okay. And I think the Patriots did that for a long time. And I think that's a big part of why they were really good for a long time. So that's just putting a bow on the Kyle Hamilton contract. I like the deal. I like that he's going to be a Raven for a long time. I think he's a complete stud and just a freak based on his position. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Since we talked about deals, Drew, Drew and Dad, what do you guys think about the Basayo deal? Because everybody was super excited about it. Then you have a lot of media people and a lot of people on Twitter coming out and saying like, "Oh, the Orioles are cheap. This is a cheap deal, team friendly deal. Of course, they made this deal." How do you guys feel about this deal? And I got obviously something in my back pocket to come back at you with, but I want to hear what you feel about it first.
Drew, let me go first.
Sure.
I thought it was shocking that they did it. Number one, and number two,
Why? Why? I want to know why.
Because he's not proven, and they gave him $68 million.
He's played 4 games. 4 games.
I mean, come on.
But he's the next Johnny Bench, remember?
But no, here's my thing. It's going to depend on 2 things. What they do in the offseason. And I heard that the owner made a comment, this is not the last one of these that we're going to do.
Good.
So
It's a two-way street.
those are the 2 things I want to see happen. What happens in the offseason and what do they do in the offseason? Those are the things I want to see.
Drew?
I think it's a win-win for both sides. And people that are saying it's the Orioles being cheap are exactly right. Yeah, they are, but they're also giving him money up front, right? You could do the song and dance for 6 years. What is it, 3 on a rookie and then 3 ARB. So it's essentially only 2 more years. We're just giving him the money up front.
We're guaranteeing him money.
Exactly. So he's getting paid. He's happy.
So
now.
we're taking a risk inherently, right?
Yeah,
Because he could end his career tomorrow.
Yep. And it's exactly like we were just talking about with the NFL. If he fucking comes out and hits 35 home runs next year and asks for more money, go give it to him again.
Yeah.
You know, again, I think we got to handle it the right way. You can't stick him with this contract. But yeah,
Great point.
It's very cheap.
How can they not
It's
sign
also
Adley and how can they not sign Gunner? But they
Because
do
they're
this.
Boris contract.
Boris.
They're Boris clients. Boris is not going to do it.
That's
Their
the
agent is
difference.
Scott Boris. Yes.
Adley is not Scott Boris. I don't think.
Well, Gunner and Jackson
Gunner.
are right.
And Colton. Yeah.
Yeah, but Adley's stock has gone down a little bit. Do I think we're going to re-sign him? Yes, but it's also a two-way street. I mean, you sit there and you could offer, unless you offer Adley $700 million, 500 or above. I don't think he's saying yes to anything.
That's
Why would he?
Insane based on his performance.
Which
over
is
the last
insane,
year.
right?
Yeah, but I agree. Yeah, I agree with
But
you.
we also don't have a track record of what Drew said, like paying somebody. If they come out and outperform the contract, let's take care of them again. You know what I mean? And Drew was completely right there, and I wanted to call that out. But like, yes, it's a team friendly deal because if he lives up to what we think he's going to be, it's a team friendly deal. If he doesn't, then we just got. I don't think it's that bad of a deal either way, to be honest with you.
It's fine,
but then you go.
We're paying O'Neal $40 million for the next 2 years. Let's put it in perspective.
He can't play baseball.
Correct. Basayo's going to make $1 million over the next couple of years off this contract, and then he bumped up to $15 million. And you hope that he performs as well as you think he's going to perform. And if he does, his ARB would be higher than that anyway. So we're saving money anyway.
Yeah.
That's what this does. Yeah. That's what this does right away.
And also
on the other side of this, this is the highest pre-ARB catcher signing of all time. Like, let's think about that for a second. No other catcher of all time that's been pre-ARB has ever signed a deal this lucrative. Yeah. So there's inherent risk on both sides here. And I think Drew is right. The way that you make this contract work out for both sides, it already is right now, I think. If he outperforms it, which we hope and we think that he will, you need to take care of him. Got to. It's got to be a two-way street. So,
yeah. All right, we're done with.
I got one more thing. Do you guys think it puts pressure on the other players? Like, you don't think so? No.
Nope.
No, I think if you're an Oriole, you're probably happy.
Yeah,
you're
probably
pumped.
happy.
You just watched your organization sign this deal. You're sitting here saying, and they just said during the press conference that we are.
Can you offer me 100?
We are capital. They just said during the conference that our group is capitalized to go make moves right now, and you should be pumped about that.
Let's see it.
Because I feel like it does get ownership off.
But you have to accept deals that you're offered.
I'm accepting the deal. I just want to see more.
I know. I'm saying as the player,
totally
like if you're
agree.
Gunner, if you're Adley, if you're whoever, if you're getting offered a deal, I mean, from what I've heard, some of the numbers that have been thrown out in my direction, like we've offered pretty strong deals, and we talked about the Corbin Burns, the most AAV of all time of any starting pitcher. I just mentioned that we just signed the highest pre-ARB catcher of all time. Like their money's getting thrown around. It's just, are the deals getting accepted? Right. I hope this should be good for us in the long run on both sides, because it should show other players that like, hey, we're ready and willing. Let's go. So.
All right, we're going to keep on to football because we're going to end up wrapping here probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Well,
but
let's go to grid. We're at 125 in. I don't think we got enough time to do our
That's fair.
To do our recap.
We can do the immaculate grid. I just wanted to note a couple of things about football. Adam Thielen has been traded back to the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of people thought he was going to get traded. He has been moved back. This is good for them early in the season, specifically because Jordan Addison is out with a 3-game suspension.
They needed this.
Look for Adam Thielen to be very good fantasy wise, at least for the first 3 weeks of the year. Also, JJ McCarthy, young quarterback. I think getting a veteran wideout in there is just going to be great for his development. I think this is a slam dunk move for the Vikings, and it basically cost them a bag of peanuts. I think it was a swap of a 6th and 7th rounder. This is a no brainer. I like this a lot. If you're a Vikings fan, I like this. And as a Ravens fan, I put in quite a few purple parlays. And if you're a fan of the purple parlay, it's just Vikings Ravens. But I just do that. Yeah, I do that quite a bit. So
he's trademarking that purple parlay.
Trademark purple parlay. Also, Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice has gotten a 6-game suspension to start the season.
I thought it was 3.
It's 6 games. He was supposed to do a hearing in the late September, but I guess they did like a settlement out of thing. I don't really know what happened exactly, but he has accepted a 6-game ban to start the season. He's going to serve his time. He's going to get it over with. But this is a big cog in the Chiefs offense. When he went down last year, their offensive production went down massively. So I don't know. It's going to have quite a bit of fantasy implications, but just wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't know already, Rashee Rice, maybe don't draft him in like the 5th round of your fantasy draft, because he's not going to be playing for the first 6 weeks of the year.
Get him in the end of your draft.
Yeah, he's a guy that's going to come in like week 7, and he's going to put up 20 points a week. He's going to be great. Yeah. Tyreek Hill has practiced for the first time this offseason. It looks like he's ready to play football for the Miami Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins personally are going to be a complete dumpster fire this year. Mm-hmm. We haven't done the AFC East yet. We were going to do that today, but it looks like we're running short on time, so we're not going to do it. The Bills are going to win that division. Don't worry about it. No other team is even live. Yeah. We're going to go over now to the Immaculate Grid, which is how we have ended a lot of our shows in the most.
We were gonna do our draft, but the other Huckleberry, I guess we didn't bring this up. The other Huckleberry had to run up to his parents' house unexpectedly late this morning. So we're gonna wait on that draft, since that was his idea.
Yep.
Oh, we got a bird in this one.
We've got some action on the Birdland.
All right, we got a bird in this one. I like it.
Eddie Murray and Jim Tomei come to mind immediately. For
Robbie Alomar.
Robbie Alomar is another one. That's a good one. Orioles, Texas. I
Ramirez.
think immediately.
Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez never played for the
He
Orioles.
didn't play for the Orioles.
Tommy. Did we say Tommy?
I said I said Murray and Tomei. Those are 2 500 clubbers. Orioles, Texas. Chris Davis. Gary Matthews Jr. would work there. Darren O'Day would work there. That's a good one. Andrew
the
Heaney.
first baseman.
Andrew Heaney played for both of those teams.
Who was the first baseman?
Chris Davis.
Left-hander. Will Clark.
Yeah, Will Clark.
Yeah,
Will Clark
Will
also
Clark
played
would be
for
a
both
good
of those
one.
teams. Rafael Palmeiro also strikes both of those boxes. Also a left-handed first baseman, and played for the same college team that Will Clark did, Thunder and Lightning. Go back and read your history books, guys. Cleveland and Philly also screams Jim Tomei to me. there's more guys. Cliff Lee comes to mind immediately. That was a big trade in like 2008 ish.
Cliff Lee, also Texas. Philly.
Yeah, also Texas.
And Cole Hamels.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of.
Yeah, to share it too for Texas and Baltimore.
Orioles Gold Glove.
He didn't play for
like
Baltimore, Dad.
Orioles Gold Glove. Jim Palmer won 4. Ramon Urias won 1. That's going to be.
I like Ramon there.
Yeah, Ramon is going to be probably a good
For-
answer there.
What about
For
Louis Aparicio?
Orioles Gold Glove. Louis Aparicio was only an Oriole for a brief time. Did he win a Gold Glove?
I feel like
Didn't he win like 100 Gold Gloves?
Yeah.
So did he have to
He won
win it
a
with the
lot.
Orioles?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Who won Gold Gloves in outfield in back in the day, Dad? Al Bunbury, Tim Raines. Did any of those guys win
Yeah,
Gold Gloves?
Blair.
Yeah, Paul Blair.
Paul Blair. Did he win a
I
Gold
like
Glove?
Paul Blair in there.
What about Brady? I think Brady Anderson did win a Gold Glove.
So, and that's the first thing came to my mind was Brady Anderson.
The first one that came to my mind was Ramon, just because I know a lot of people aren't going to know him, but he's a recent guy, so maybe we won't go there.
Melvin Mora.
Did he win a Gold
Melvin
Glove?
Mora.
I think he did.
You know what? I don't know. I feel like he did, but I'm not
Don't know
100% sure on
about
that one.
Markakis took a while, but he did win, and Jones won. Wieters won several. Machado won a couple.
All right, where do we want to start?
Cleveland.
Cleveland and Baltimore. I think Tomey's one that everybody forgets about. I think that's a good one.
That's going to be the number one answer, dude.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's supposed to be the rarest, right? Like,
yeah, we want to
Yeah,
get the
you want to
rarest.
get the rarest.
I think Eddie Murray for Cleveland Hall of Fame is good because there's not very many Cleveland Hall of Famers. So we might want to save that. So I think Eddie Murray for this is not where we're
I think Marty Cordova as well.
Ooh, he's a twin though. Is he a
Yeah.
Guardian?
I feel like he's an Indian too, but I could be wrong. I was wrong about Marty Cordova last time.
Yeah. Jerry Hairston?
Ooh.
oh, was he Cleveland?
I think Scott Hairston was Cleveland. I don't think Jerry was.
Yeah, you might
Scott
be right.
Hairston had giant biceps, by the way. Scott Hairston.
Oh,
Al-
Jeffrey
Albert Bell.
Hammonds. Jeffrey Hammonds.
Albert Bell works. He's Cleveland and Orioles for sure.
Jeffrey Hammonds.
Philadelphia, Texas, by the way, Michael Young. Michael Young played his twilight years in Philly. People forget that. Orioles Gold Glove. Let's do this. Do we like Paul Blair or do we want to just go safe with Ramon?
I like Paul. I like the older
Go
ones.
for it. Yeah.
People forget about the older ones
Are
more.
we 100% sure that Paul Blair won a Gold Glove?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
All right. Let's do it.
That
If
is not.
If the first one is wrong, he doesn't know. Paul Blair, 1964 to 1980. 4%. Holy shit. Good for Paul Blair. I can't believe a lot of people. That's way more than I thought it was going to be.
I know. I wonder if
That's
Bunbury
okay,
would have
though.
been less.
That's okay. That's okay.
I wonder if
That's
Bunbury
okay.
would have been less.
Philly Gold Glove. Immediately, Scott Rowland comes to mind.
Like
Did
Schmidt.
Doc get
Shane
one?
Victorino definitely won a Gold Glove. That guy was a stud.
Doc Holliday?
I don't know
Definitely
for
won
pitching.
Toronto. I don't know if he won for the Phillies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Schmidt won like 15.
How about Lazinski in the outfield?
Greg
No idea.
Lazinski.
No
of
idea how
Miller,
he.
of former Miller beer commercial. Greg Lazinski.
Yeah,
That's a reference only Dad will get.
yeah, not here.
Yeah, sorry. Lenny Dykstra, did he win a Gold Glove? Philly Nails.
No, I don't think so.
He was too doped up.
He was on something.
He
Who was a
was.
Hall of Famer that won a Gold Glove that nobody knows?
Ooh, Tommy Big Game Hunter for Texas with the tall guy.
How about Steve Carlton?
Oh wait, Philly and Texas. Tommy Big Game Hunter works, right?
Yep,
Or Orioles,
sure.
Texas.
that's what I said. Orioles, Texas.
Oh, I thought Philly, Texas. I think he played for Philly too.
I don't remember.
I
that.
love Tommy Hunter. We're taking him for sure. He
Okay.
he 100% played for both of these teams, right?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if we sent him to Texas or if we got him from Texas. I feel like we got him from Texas.
The thing is loading. It doesn't even know.
Ooh!
Oh, point nine. Maybe that's a good
Ooh.
one. Andrew Heaney would have been good there too, I think.
Did he play for the Orioles?
Yeah, Andrew Heaney? Yeah.
When? I
No,
don't
sorry.
remember him.
Not Andrew Heaney. Andrew Kashner.
Kashner, yes.
That's who I was thinking about. Andrew Kashner, not Andrew Heaney.
Right. Cleveland O's. Cleveland and O's.
Yennier
Did
Cano?
Jeffrey Hammonds go there after the Orioles?
Didn't
And
we
I
trade
feel like he
Yennier
did.
Cano to
I
the
thought it was
Cleveland Indians?
Reds.
We got
Is that where he went
Povich.
afterwards?
We got Povich back. We got Povich and somebody else back. Andrew or Yennier Cano. I think that's probably a good one.
No, that was from the Twins.
Oh, was it? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleveland. Did Harold Baines play for Cleveland?
No, he played for the White Sox. Did he play
Yeah,
for
White
Cleveland?
Sox. I remember.
Yeah, and he played for a couple teams, but I only remember. I
What
always
about
only
Ubaldo?
remember.
Didn't Dylan Bundy play for Cleveland?
Yes, Ubaldo.
Wait, Ubaldo played for Cleveland?
He was
Pretty
with the
sure.
Rockies, but I think he was with Cleveland too.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Pretty
Actually,
sure.
I can kind of see him in an Indians uniform.
I am like, I would say I'm like 75% sure.
Okay, you want me to throw a monkey wrench into this? How about Frank Robinson, player coach
For
for
Cleveland?
Cleveland?
Oh, I didn't know he played for
Like
Cleveland.
people wouldn't
He
guess
played
that.
Player
coached?
coach. You player
Yeah.
coached.
Huh?
Player managed.
I think Ubaldo's good.
I like Frank.
I don't think people are going to guess Frank.
Cleveland?
I didn't know.
that for sure.
I didn't know Frank
Frank?
played for Cleveland.
I didn't
know.
either.
I didn't.
You're 100%
coach.
sure he played for Cleveland.
I'm 100% sure that he coached Cleveland. I'm 99% sure it was a player coach.
That's better than our 75 on Ubaldo.
So it's either Ubaldo or Frank.
I like Frank.
I feel like Dad's pretty good at this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
I
he's been
trust
pretty
him.
good.
I
I
trust
mean,
him there.
I'm gonna go with him. Let's do it. 7%. Okay,
All right.
I like it. I
Wow.
like it. That's
Is that
good.
okay?
That is way
No,
higher
it's
than
good.
I
think
thought.
anything under
Yeah.
is a win, honestly.
Under
I think it's
what?
a win.
Under
Under 10%, I
10.
think is a win. Because
I
that means
honestly
you're
did
definitely
not-
the top man.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
I would have never got that.
I
I'm
think of him as
surprised.
Reds Orioles. I don't know. I'm sure he played for other teams, but I don't think of him as any other team.
But they got him from Cincinnati. That's why you think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, didn't he go back to
Um,
Cincinnati after that too?
No. No.
You know what? Didn't Kurt Mooney?
I mean,
play
Eddie
for
Murray
Cleveland?
played for both of those teams, by the way.
How about
Eddie Murray did.
Cleveland,
He played for the
Philly,
Dodgers,
Cliff
too.
Lee?
Cliff Lee.
Eddie Murray
I think Cliff
Yeah.
Lee is number one answer. So
You
I think
think
we
that-
got to think deeper. Yeah, Jim Tomei and Cliff Lee
I
are the
figured
two
that would
names
be
that we
number
have.
one. Yeah.
Philly, Texas. Do we want to push the Michael Young button, or do we want to push some other buttons?
I mean, I love Michael Young, but
I love Michael Young, and nobody thinks of him as a Philly. I think,
No.
but
Yeah, but he's still a big
Yeah.
name.
he is a big name. You're right. So is Frank Robinson.
Yeah. That's
no.
true.
Give me Michael Young. Michael Young doesn't get enough credit.
Michael Young's the man. I just want to pick him just
Vibes.
give him his name and his
I feel like he's probably less than
time in
10%.
the Michael Young 2000 2013. He only played 13 years. What a loser. Michael Young 4%, baby.
All right.
Let's
All
go.
right.
I like that.
I like it.
Philly Gold Glove. I'm thinking the Flying Hawaiian. I'm thinking Jimmy Rollins. I'm thinking Chase Utley. I'm thinking
Chooch?
Who? Chooch Rodriguez. Carlos Ruiz. Chooch Ruiz. Did he win a Gold Glove? The NL was Yadier Molina for 15 straight years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah,
tough.
he
to
probably
win a
didn't
Gold
get it.
Glove.
Did
Probably
Jason
didn't get
Worth?
it. No.
I don't think so. No, and definitely not
Mm-mm.
Pat the Bat Burrell because they didn't call him
Yeah.
Pat the Glove Burrell. Scott Rowland definitely won for Philly, but
Yeah.
I think people would think of him as a Red, so maybe that's a decent
Obviously,
answer.
at least probably the most.
Lee Rollins, and I think Mike Schmidt is probably the most.
Rollins.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't Tim McCarver play for the Phillies?
I don't even know who that is.
He's an announcer.
True.
Right?
He played for the Cardinals. He played for the Cardinals.
Phillies Gold Glove.
Tug McGraw.
Is he a Gold Glover?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Um,
Philly and Cleveland is interesting. I keep wanting to say Shin-Soo Choo, but he played for Texas and Cleveland. I don't think
Reds.
he played for Philly
in the Reds.
and the Reds. Yeah.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was with. All right.
I mean, we know Jim Tomei. Cleveland Hall of Famer, I want to put Eddie Murray because I don't know a lot of Cleveland Hall of Famers.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
I don't think a lot of people know that Eddie Murray played for Cleveland.
I think he's going to be high up there.
3%, baby.
Oh, wow,
I think that's really good. That's really good for a Hall of Fame spot. Texas Hall of Fame. Texas Hall of Fame.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Nolan
he's going to be high.
Yeah, Nolan. I was thinking Nolan Ryan. That's too high.
It's too high. Adrian Beltre. That's new.
It's new. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say
who's
A-Rod,
an
but that guy's
old
not in the Hall of
who's
Fame.
an
600
old Texas Ranger?
700 home runs, not in the Hall of Fame.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero works. Senior.
People forget that he played for Texas.
Teixeira's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of pitchers.
Who played for the Rangers back in the day? Who was good for the Rangers back in the day besides Nolan Ryan? Anybody?
Juan Gonzalez, is he in the Hall of Fame?
No, it's
No,
steroids.
him and Palmeiro are both steroid guys. Kenny Rogers.
I was just thinking
No,
Kenny
he's
Rogers too.
What do
He's
we
not-
think about? What do we think about Luis Aparicio here? Gold Glove Hall of Fame.
Is he Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
MLB?
Yep.
No, the NFL. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, I know he's the Orioles, but
I mean, he's got to be right. He's like one of the best
Go for it.
defensive
Go for it.
players ever. I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Go for it. Put it.
Aparicio. There's a
Oh, you know who we should have,
I do.
and they brought it up on the broadcast last night. Who we should have picked. Oh no, it was the Reds, wasn't it? I was going to say Milt Pappas. We traded Milt Pappas for Frank Robinson, but that was to the Reds. Not
Louis
not
Aparicio,
Cleveland.
1%. I like
Nice.
that.
I like
That's
that.
good. We're doing really good on this grid. We need to not fuck this up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way Shane Victorino didn't win a Gold Glove, right?
I don't
feel
think-
that's-
so
everyone's
good.
gonna know that.
I know, but I feel like Mike Schmidt. Did Cole Hamels ever win a
Could
Gold
say
Glove?
Harper. Say Harper.
Does Harper win Gold Gloves though? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a first baseman.
You know what? I don't know.
He's a first baseman. Philly,
Texas.
Philly and
Texas Hall
Cleveland
of
is Texas Hall of Fame.
Anybody stop there at their end of the career?
That's what I'm trying to
Oswalt?
think.
Did Oswalt?
Texas? He's not a Hall of Famer though.
He's not.
No.
No. He's Hall of Very good. So it's Philly, Cleveland. Who do we have? We have Jim Thome and we have Cliff
Yeah.
Lee. Those are the two top answers for sure. We got to think of
Mhm.
somebody else.
Mhm. Cleveland and Philly. Shit.
Any movement in the chat? Anybody? Tommy Hunter is Tommy Hunter's
Cleveland
my
and
favorite
Philly.
pick.
The Texas Hall of Famer is bugging me too.
I mean, it's Beltre, Pudge, and Nolan Ryan. We know those are Hall of Famers, but we think
I
those are going to be
know.
big answers.
But there's an old guy. There's got to be older guys that I'm just not thinking of right now.
for Texas, who's good at Texas? Nobody. Ian Kinsler's not in the Hall of Fame. Alfonso Soriano's not in the Hall of Fame. A-Rod's not in the Hall of Fame. Teixeira's not in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-mm. Nelson Cruz is not in the Hall of Fame.
He will be though. He should be. The boomstick.
He's a
Uh,
steroid guy too.
Yeah, but Pudge is in. He's a steroid guy too. We have reached an impasse.
Yeah.
All right.
We got to shoot with one of the names. Philly, Gold Glove.
Kenny Lofton never stopped in Philly, did he?
What? No.
Kenny
What do you
Lofton
mean?
did
Kenny
get
Lofton
around a
played
little
for
bit.
He
Cleveland.
got around.
Kenny Lofton got around a little bit. He played for the White Sox.
Yeah.
He played for Cleveland. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if he played for Philly.
I don't think he did either.
Gold Glove for Philly. Do Victorino, right? I mean, that's probably the best we got that I can think of.
I
off
think
the top of my
Victorino.
head.
I mean, I don't even know if he won a Gold Glove, but he was amazing, an amazing center fielder. He was on Baseball Tonight like all the time. Like he had to be. Are we doing Victorino?
Yeah.
Sure.
I love it. 4%. All right, we're good. We got it. We're good. We're good. We're good.
All right.
We're still in this.
We're still in it.
We're still in this.
We're fighting.
Will Clark
We're
is Will Clark in
fighting.
the Hall of Fame? We can do that for Texas. He played. For
No.
Texas,
No, he's
right?
not.
He's not.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's a career 299 hitter.
No.
Is he really? What a
I
loser.
think so. No, that's Matt Holliday's 299, I think. Or no, one of them. I don't remember.
I feel like Beltre's not a bad answer.
He's too recent though. He was like 2 years ago.
Beltre, Ryan. I mean, there's no Josh Hamilton here.
Everyone's gonna get Ryan and Pudge.
Yeah. I mean, those
I
are the
know.
3 names. There's no Walter Johnson or some bullshit old guy that played for them.
They're not that old. Texas
Walter
came-
Johnson is old.
No, they used.
No.
They came from.
Texas isn't
They
that
were the
old.
Washington Senators.
Texas isn't that old.
Wait, so
All
does
right.
the Washington Senators count?
Let's do Pudge.
Yes.
Wait, Washington Senators and Texas Rangers, same franchise?
Washington Senators moved to Texas.
Okay.
It's like the Montreal Expos came to Washington, D.C.
Does Texas count as a Washington Senators on
Yeah, we need to
Immaculate
look
Grid?
that up first. Sources say.
We're asking. Washington Senators players also are Texas Rangers if they played from 61 to 71.
Okay. So
Well, you got to figure Frank Howard, but everybody would get that. But who's
I would not
who's
get
even
that.
going to think that?
Pudge.
You want to do Pudge?
I want Pudge.
Pudge or Beltre?
I like Pudge because I think he's the least voted between Ryan, Pudge, and
And Beltre.
Beltre.
Beltran. He's not in the Hall of Fame either.
Mm-mm.
I can't click. It won't let me click. I don't know what's happening. I can click on Philly Cleveland, but I can't click on Hall of Fame Texas.
all right, Philly Cleveland. Oh, well, we
We're
at least have that.
gonna
one. Philly
refresh. We're gonna
Cleveland.
refresh the page. My internet is not interneting.
Boo.
There
There
we
we go.
There we go. All right, we're doing Pudge.
Pudge.
Who's Frank Howard, Dad?
He was a big home run hitter for the Senators.
And he
The guy was
played
like
from.
six-
Did he play from 60
6'8".
to 70?
Oh, hell yeah.
From 1960 to 1970, he was on the Washington Senators.
He played when Mickey Mantle played.
Yeah.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Pudge.
Mm.
Okay.
I can't tell you. I
Nick,
don't
Sure
We can
thing.
afford we can afford one
Yeah.
bad one.
We're doing Ivan Rodriguez.
20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 on the nose. All right,
Philly.
Cliff Lee, Jim Thome.
I'd say Cliff Lee is probably better just because people
Somebody's
probably
gonna be
forget-
number one.
Tomey's gonna be number one, yeah.
So we're doing Cliff Lee.
I think so.
Can we think of any other guys? David Robertson pitched for both of these teams, maybe?
Yeah, think of journeyman relievers.
Relievers, yeah, exactly. Jeremy Hellickson, did he pitch for both of these teams randomly? Dylan Bundy?
Kevin Millwood.
Kevin does Millwood. We're doing Cliff Lee. I think we're going to do Cliff Lee. It's going to be a lot, but there's nothing we can do. We didn't have another name. I've never had this happen before. We're at 21%. All right.
Fair to
We got
score.
65,
That's
65,
not bad.
65. It's not too bad. Big Game Hunter was our best pick. Louis Aparicio is a pretty good one. I can't believe 1% of people are guessing Louis Aparicio, but, you know. These are the top names. Jim Thome is the number one answer. Philly, Texas, Cole Hamels. That's a good answer. I forgot about that, actually.
We said that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I wasn't paying attention to that part of the conversation. Bob Feller is the best Cleveland Indian Hall of Famer, I guess. Robbie Alomar also works there. Rafi Palmeiro, big answer. Nolan Ryan, big answer. Mike Schmidt, big answer. And Cal Ripken Jr. played for 100 years, so he had to win at least one Gold Glove. Also, really good. Can't believe 11% of people are betting Ozzie Smith here, but I guess if you're going to go safe, that's as safe as you're going to get. Anyway, guys, that has been our Thursday edition of Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. Thank you guys for joining.
Probably not going to be around for Tuesday's podcast. I think that's going to be pushed until Thursday. We got to do Thursday for the beginning of football season to make our picks. But we will be going live for our draft for the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture show. And Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa will probably be there as well. If you don't remember him from last year, he had a great time last year during the draft. So
I saw pictures.
So you could verify he was there. Yeah. Anyway, we've been going too long, guys. Our parents are in Indianapolis visiting Brooks, and they have to go get lunch.
And they hungry.
Stated in our comments. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. I have to go to work now. This is gonna suck. You guys have a great Thursday. Like Brooks said, we're probably not going to be here on Tuesday. If we are, I probably won't be there. I have to work because fantasy draft stuff. I have to work day shifts this next coming week. But anyway, we will see you next time we were on, and we love you very much.
Draft should be Sunday evening.
Sunday night
around 9 p.m. unless something changes.
Labor Day Eve. So anyway, have a couple cocktails. We'll see you on Sunday night. Thank you very much, guys, and we appreciate you. And yeah, go Ravens.
Thanks for letting me join.
We love you, Dad. Thank you, Mickey Mantle.